All right, friends, this week's topic is huge, like so important. This is our final topic of Self-Care Sunday. We talked about mindfulness and presence, serenity and gratitude, growth and perseverance, acceptance, appreciation, and perspective. And now this week, we're getting into receiving. We talk so much about manifestation. My eye is like twitching ridiculously. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's annoying. But we talk so much about manifestation, knowing that our words and our thoughts manifest into our reality, and like vibrations attract like vibrations. But the most important part to manifestation literally is receiving, the receiving part of it. Putting yourself in a space of allowing those manifestations to come to you. And part of that art of allowing is making sure that you are in alignment with the vibration of the desire that you have put out into the universe, that you want to manifest into your life. There are so many ways that we block ourselves from receiving. It's crazy. Like sometimes we don't even know that we're doing it. So here are a few ways that we tend to block ourselves from receiving. So first, love. Acts of kindness, opening our heart, and literally just doing things from a genuine place. Not doing things from a place of like reciprocity, expecting something in return, because it's not really coming from a genuine place. You doing something for someone just to get something back in return, it lacks that true level of like love and warmth and high vibration. Or even the alternative, right? Feeling forced to do something because someone else wants you to do it, or you're thinking about what that person did for you. You're not really in alignment with like the loving energy that you think you're trying to put into the universe. And so when we get into blocking ourselves from receiving, I mean also like, you know, you wanting to do something from the kindness of your heart and you not doing it because of the fear of doing too much, or feeling like this person isn't going to do X, Y, and Z for me, so I'm not going to do that for them. Like, no, you are a being filled with love. Embrace the love inside of you. Literally do what you feel like you want to do. Like that is coming from a genuine place, and that act of kindness and that act of love is just going to put you in even more alignment with the vibration that you need to attract the good things into your life. Like you are acting out of kindness. You are vibrating higher. Do not block yourself off of that because you're afraid of what someone else isn't going to do, or you're afraid of what someone else is going to think, or you don't want to do too much. It's okay. Be your loving self. Like you're doing great, sweetie. The next thing that I want to get into is listening to hear as opposed to listening to respond or react. We miss very important messages that can be coming from a source way deeper than the person that's talking to us, if you know what I mean. A lot of the times we need to hear certain things, and sometimes we're just really not ready to hear those things. But when we come from a place of like defense and attacking, we're putting out that negative energy. The important thing is to really learn how to communicate with people. Listen to what the other person is saying, process what the other person is saying, then respond. Then think about what you want to say. Because you can either get something from what that person was saying that you probably wasn't going to get if you weren't listening, or it can be something that you really needed to hear and you're like, you know what, you're right. You're right. So that is definitely a huge way that we block ourselves from receiving. Another thing that I know a lot of people do often is when it comes to gifts and compliments. Like, receive gifts and compliments with grace. Again, back to the same thing of love. Someone gave you this out of the kindness of their heart. They thought about you. Do not deflect or block that great blessing and that good energy that you're receiving by feeling bad about what you didn't do, or feeling bad about not being able to reciprocate the good energy that came to you. Like, when you're in a place to reciprocate that energy, you will end up reciprocating that energy one way or another, whether you realize it or not. That is an exchange of energy that will come back around. Practice receiving compliments and gifts with grace. Thank you. Like, genuinely genuinely appreciate and express gratitude for the energy that this person is giving you. I know one time, like, I was getting on the road back from New York to come to North Carolina, and I had to get my car checked. Honda was not accepting any appointments. I had to go see like our local mechanic that my family uses, and he showed me like my brake pads were done. Like, they were so done. I don't even know how I didn't notice that. Like, my car was driving fine. I had no idea, but my brake pads were like, there was nothing there. I didn't really have the money to give him for it because I didn't go there expecting to have to change my brakes, and brakes are not cheap. So he replaced all 4 of my brake pads literally for free. And I was just like, oh my God, thank you. Like, I was so appreciative. I felt bad. And then I was like, you know what, Imani, like, this was a blessing in disguise. First of all, I had no intentions in even going there to him. Second of all, like, I definitely didn't have the money to get my brakes changed if I went to Honda and they told me that this is what I needed. And third of all, like, that was my safety right there. Like, you know, who knows what could have happened on my way back to North Carolina. Like, that's a long ride. So I probably would have come into, you know, a situation where the lack of brakes would have affected me a lot. So I like genuinely appreciated and accepted, you know, his gift, or like pay it forward to someone else, you know? So next are opportunities. A lot of the times opportunities present themselves to us in a very disguised way. And sometimes like we don't even really notice it, and we're like, oh, I don't have the time for this, or I can't do this, I can't do that. Like, don't block a blessing in disguise that you have literally been asking for because you feel like you don't have the time. If you've been asking for something and it presents itself to you, like, you find the time to accept that blessing, receive your manifestation literally right there in front of you. I know it's way easier said than done, and I know we all have a lot of things going on, but really like try to acknowledge your ask being answered in a sense. The next thing that I want to get into is confidence. Speaking with conviction, like saying things with your chest. And I'm not saying like be an asshole by any means, but like if you want to say something and you feel a certain type of way, like express that. Like, do not suppress your feelings and do not suppress the energy within you because you're afraid of what other people are going to say or what other people are going to think. And again, I'm not saying like be mean and, you know, not have any regard for anyone else's feelings, but definitely like if you feel a way and you have something that you want to say, or you think that something is goofy and weird, what are you doing? But you're holding yourself back because like you feel like it's weird, it's quirky, like people probably aren't going to receive it well. Like, do not block yourself like that. Embrace yourself, love yourself, like really dive deep into it. Have the confidence to do whatever it is that you want to do, to say whatever it is that you want to say, to wear whatever it is that you want to wear, and just express yourself fully. Like, that is definitely a way to get yourself in energetic alignment to welcome and receive the things that we ask for. And the last way that I want to talk about that we tend to block ourselves off from receiving is not celebrating our wins. Big or small, whatever it is, celebrate your wins. Celebrate yourself. Be happy. Express your enjoyment, your gratitude, your enthusiasm, like all of those high vibrating positive emotions. Tap into that, embrace it, hone in on it, because that is literally putting yourself in a high vibration to welcome in and attract those things that you ask for. Keeping yourself literally in alignment with the life that you want to manifest for yourself going forward, with the things and the blessings that you literally have been asking for. So the point that I really just wanted to get across in this week and topic of Self-Care Sunday is the art of allowing. Putting yourself in a place of receiving and allowing. Being in a state of like happiness and joy, laughing more, doing things that bring you joy. Taking a moment for yourself to be in silence and really just embrace the life around you. Embrace the vibrations of everything that is literally around you. Take it all in. Enjoy every single moment of life that you possibly can. One thing that I specifically talked about in our Self-Care Sunday groups was putting affirmations like around your home. planting those little seeds like when you can and where you can, because the more that you think something, the more that you attract those like vibrational thoughts to it. And it's kind of like a snowball effect, right? Practice using your most used complaint or negative sentence into an affirmation. For example, I can't afford to go on vacation. Put that into an affirmation. I am choosing to make smart financial decisions right now. Like, practice rewording some of your most used complaints and turning them into affirmations and posting them around your home to help transition that low vibrating energy associated with the thing that you want into a positive one. The positive talk, we talked about this in mindfulness and awareness, but that will definitely help, because the biggest way that we block ourselves off from receiving our manifestations is asking for something from a place of lack. You're asking for something, but you're focusing on the fact that you don't have it. Like when you're asking for something better, more advanced, or an enhancement to something that you already have, again, practice transforming it into an affirmation, placing it somewhere so you can see it and you can say it, and you can plant that seed of good, high vibrating energy. Because when you want something and you're focused on like the negatives about what you currently have, you're not aligning yourself in a position to properly receive what it is that you're asking for. So that is really it, our last topic of Self-Care Sunday. All of these things are a lot easier said than done, but it's really like when you're aware of something and you point it out, it's easier to kind of like manage it and get a hold on it. If you just don't know about something, you're not going to know what to change. You're not going to know what to fix. So I hope that this is beneficial to you guys and it helps, just at least acknowledge those ways that you're blocking yourself off from receiving and trying to transform those habits into welcoming, high vibrational habits. So that is it, friends, for our Self-Care Sunday series. I'm definitely going to continue to post self-care like content and talk about like my own personal journey and the things that I have manifested for myself. But I am very happy and glad that I've had the chance to share it with the people that I got to share it with, and now hopefully I am sharing it with many other people in need of the information, or even just a reminder. Like, these can be things that you already know but serve as like a good reminder, right? So 'tis all, and I will see you guys later. Bye.